my name is Nigel Wilson. I'm part of two organisations, We in AI and Awaken AI, both looking at the fair and ethical use of artificial intelligence in society. The question today is, how do we put AI ethics into practice? Before I answer that, I'd like to start with why. Technology is advancing at the moment at an exponential rate and has been for some time. And it means that the current generations of technology are actually defining and creating the next generations of technology, and we see this exponential increase in power. At the same time, the costs are decreasing, so we see this exponential decrease in costs. This means that more and more people have access to powerful technology. And one ethical or biased person is undesirable, obviously, but it's said that artificial intelligence is a mirror to our biases. But it doesn't just mirror. The challenge is that it amplifies it. And if you take two mirrors and face them at each other, you see infinite reflections in those mirrors. And that's what AI can do for our bias. One company replaced its journalists recently with AI. It then created and posted an article on a pop band. And in doing so, it used some facial recognition and it incorrectly recognized a person of color within the pop band and posted the article. That person then recognized that they'd been identified incorrectly and then pointed out that the artificial intelligence algorithm was biased. That then meant that the press started to report on that and that this biased AI journalist had started to do this. And the AI journalist itself saw those posts and saw this trending news and started to repeat it. And the more news that was generated about it, the more it saw and the more it repeated it until humans stepped in to stop this loop. And René talked about the unintended consequences of often feeling very intended. And I think that too many organizations think that sorry is enough when their algorithms fail us. And it isn't. So how do we put AI ethics into practice? Merv talked in her blog about the frameworks and legislation that's needed for ethical AI. And this is really important. We need the frameworks and we need them as guardrails and we need the legislation because we have to have protection. But for me, an organization that's looking to be an ethical AI organization needs to do it because they want to, not because they have to. And I already see too many organizations that are looking to get approval or an accreditation as an ethical AI organization as some kind of business advantage. This would not be ethical AI in practice. Ethical AI in practice comes from the heart and from action. The words we use to describe it are fair, trustworthy, transparent, accountable, and safe. The words that we use to describe ethical AI must not be hollow. They must be embodied and alive in our deeds and our actions.